Breaking down the political landscape. This is KQ Truth for you.
Good evening and welcome to KQ. My name is Kevlon.
And I am Ken.
Yes, welcome again to the mean streets of Montgomery, Alabama, where the feeble-minded can thrive only if the thugs allow and show grace.
Hot dang. Y'all know how we do. Listen up, man. Tonight we got a quick little interlude episode about something y'all already know we're going to talk about. We're talking about this doggone booming American economy. Y'all know how we love it.
Yes, sir. You know, there's always well, I won't say always, but nowadays a tendency to ignore facts and pretend like things are worse off than they are because it hurts Biden. Because the thing is, it's scary to think that there's somebody that's so terrible that we should never, ever support. But the case is that today there's no reason in the world why we should be supporting Trump, or even considering him serious for the presidency. I mean, we can go on and on about how terrible he is, but we're going to talk about tonight how good the economy is versus people's perception of the economy, because that's hurting Joe Biden right now, and we cannot afford. Look, we got two choices.
Yeah, we got two choices. We got a orange Magdalene, or we have older gentleman, somebody that has morality and common decency and good sense and doing actual things that affect a majority of Americans regardless of their financial fortitude
or political leaning.
Oh yeah, he's shooting hotspot Wi-Fi down to the dang on country where all the maggots and I'm sorry, where the MAGA people live. I'm sorry, I can't do that anymore. I was notified by my daughter on the KQ page. Don't do that no more, Daddy, or else you ain't gonna get to see your grandkids.
Yes, well,
hot dang, y'all know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
yeah, no more Afro.
We'll leave the T out.
Yeah, we'll leave the T out. We'll call them Afro MAGAs or African American MAGAs. So yes. The African American MAGAs. Okay, so that's more politically correct. All right, we got it. Okay, so we're gonna jump on in here. We're gonna see this this thing. You won, baby. You won.
Daddy love you, and so do Uncle.
Yes, much love.
Always.
All right, so we're gonna jump over here to my good girl, Randy Rose. She was covering my yeah, you're gonna see it. Yeah, this is what it do.
The reality is the economy has basically been growing since COVID, except for a very small downturn here. Under Joe Biden, it's grown by 2.8% a year, which is actually slightly faster than it was growing under Trump even before COVID hit. And so you can see every quarter we've had reasonably strong economic growth. So why people feel this is really quite a mystery.
So, Steve, what about, this other sort of low unemployment, a surging stock market, and yet ... How do you explain what's going on with the economy?
Yeah, you get the same kind of news results when you look at those kinds of things. 50% of Americans think unemployment is at a 50-year high. 50% think it's at a 50-year high. Unemployment is actually at a 50-year low. It's really amazing. Unemployment is below 4%. It's been below 4% for months and months now, and it is it's just extraordinary that people think we're at a 50-year high. You can see some of the highs over here.
Right.
Another issue is stocks. Half of Americans think stocks are down this year. Stocks are actually up 11% this year. They're up 45% since Joe Biden took office.
Oh my God!
Complete disconnect in people's minds between perception and reality of the stock market.
So, as you can see, life in America is kind of good right now.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. The numbers are what they are. The fact of the matter is, we have a good springboard from which to bounce ourselves. Right now, the economy is in our favor. All of the economic factors, the same factors that they judge Bush, one, Clinton, what the heck, all the way to Biden, Obama, all of them. They use the same metrics to judge each and every president. The fact of the matter is, the president gets the blame, whether it goes good or bad. Let's not change that for Biden. Let's leave that same standard in place and look at the results.
Yeah, please.
Look at the results. The results speak for themselves. So the thing we're seeing is opinion does not match reality. That's the problem that we're having. So we're gonna bring you a dose of reality. This is as much as you hate to see it, Biden is doing well in all of the metrics now.
Yeah, has been for quite some time.
Let's get this through your skulls.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randy Rhoads Show.
What's interesting, and we've looked at some of these numbers before, is that if you ask people how their own finances are, about 75% think they're okay. And that really goes all the way back to 2018, pretty consistently. What's happened in the last number of years, and not just under Biden, but it really started back in about 2019 or thereabouts, the perception of how local economies are doing has deteriorated, and the perception of how the national economy is doing has deteriorated. So people have created this dichotomy in their minds between the national economy, their local economy, and themselves. What's also interesting, most recently, and these are from some other polls that have come out lately. What's also interesting is the way divergence between sentiment and approval has occurred. People's sentiment about the economy has actually been trending up. We had one bad number the other day, but we'll have to see if it's an aberration, if it jumps around a little bit. But the general trend has been improving sentiment. On the other hand, Biden's approval ratings have been trending down. Now, there are obviously a lot of other things going on, particularly the war in Gaza and so on and so forth. But there seems to be now a spread between how people feel about the economy to some degree and how they feel about Biden.
But if you look at
this is the problem. This is the piece that gets me a little frustrated every now and then. Every single president has a record and has accomplishments and things that happened under their watch that they had nothing to do with. And they all get blamed for it, and they all get the credit for things that go well. I do not see the credit going. As a matter of fact, it's going in the opposite direction, which reveals something very pure to me. There must be a different force out there other than reality that's driving people to a spot where they'll actually overly criticize Biden. And the thing that I noticed is,
I was gonna say it's called brainwashing. That's what's done it.
But who's doing it?
The media, along with Donald Trump, along with all of his sycophants in the Senate. And
so I think the media is doing it. I think the media is just allowing it to be done. Who's doing it is Trump himself
and Mike Lindell and
all
Rudy
of the Republican
Giuliani
Party lining up with their red ties on.
Yeah,
standing in line.
Mike Johnson, all of them. They in it. They in it to win it.
It's overwhelming.
Oh, and on top of that, Nikki Haley. Wait a minute. Nikki Haley. The same one that wouldn't let the troops come in on January 6th. Nikki Haley. She endorsed Donald Trump after all of the rhetoric that she put forth that this dude was not qualified for office. Now, all of a sudden, I wonder what in the world they offered this woman.
Well, I mean, look, Marco Rubio said that he was totally unqualified.
Oh, yeah.
Lindsey Graham said that he was a racist, xenophobic, homophobe.
Right, yeah, the whole 9 yards.
We had Mitch McConnell that said that he was morally and he was ethically and morally responsible for the attack on January 6th.
Yes, sir.
And he decided to line up against him. You had Bill Barr, who sat there and said he's a danger to the country. He actually is flawed.
No, he said he was a danger to democracy, is what Bill Barr said.
To the country and democracy.
Yes.
He didn't take the country out of it.
Right, but in the exact
So-
same interview, they asked him, "Well, who you going to vote for next time?" He was like, "Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a Republican, so I got to vote for the Republican. If Trump gets the nomination, then shit, yeah, I don't
No,
give a
he actually
damn
said
about democracy."
he is better than Biden. Biden is catastrophic. The same way Nikki Haley said Biden is
Oh,
catastrophic. So you're telling me that these results that this particular guy just happened to play, which are true, and that's just two of them. We didn't talk about just GDP overall and how spectacular it's been, and the records that Biden hit versus the highs of Trump before COVID. It's way up here for Biden, and it's not just because of the recovery. And the recovery, y'all, that didn't have to happen.
It could have happened like it did in all the other countries in the world. It could have been,
Very
slow
and stagnant and had ups and downs.
Painstaking.
Yeah,
I think they call it painstaking. Yeah.
Well-
You don't want painstaking recovery like they had in Russia and Germany and China and freaking the UK and
In the US at some point.
Switzerland.
Except when the Democrats were ushering in the recovery, when Obama did it, when Biden
flawless.
did it,
Flawless.
Yes, it's called a soft landing, and believe it or not, we can flourish here in America. We're actually flourishing right now, way more than any other country in all different areas. It's not good enough for us because we still have some people that are falling behind, but don't beat Biden over the head because everybody is not taken care of right now, because the simple fact is there has never been a time where everybody was taken care of.
Never.
Not now, not ever.
Never.
So we still have some work to do, but we have a much better springboard from which to pounce from.
Yeah. And remember, back in the day, a Snicker bar and a Crystal Burger used to cost 25 cents. I remember when a Crystal cost 10 cents. Can't get one for 10 cents now. It's called inflation, people.
Yes.
Supply and demand. Inflation.
And corporate gouging has a lot to do with that. These corporations taking money from y'all, and y'all sitting back here letting them do it, paying the money, instead of either stop patronizing anybody who will jack up their prices or allow the federal government to put pricing restraints on in certain areas in terms of taxes. If you're going to take extra profits and let your profit margins grow off of the back of Americans, well, by golly, we got extra tax for you. Knock yourself out.
All right. Damn. Hey. Y'all know what this is, man. It's KQ, baby.
All day, every day. All we try to do is bring truth, bring love, and keep it entertaining as best we can. But we appreciate y'all looking in. Next time, we're going to talk about just how extremely bad Donald Trump is. So, in other words, business as usual.
Oh, we're going to throw a little Clarence in there, too.
Clarence.
Doggone Uncle Thomas.
He got a biscuit falling from his gullet.
You know how it do. Hey, like, subscribe, share, love us. We love you. Hey, no more hate, peace, love, hair grease.
And don't be turning them Blue Lives, Kill Blue Lives Matter flags upside down again.
Please, Alito. No, Alito.
Leave the Blue Lives Matter flags alone. Do you have a floor?
No.